It's a historic and possibly precedent-setting request. Waukesha wants to use 8.7 million gallons of water a day from Lake Michigan. Waukesha faces problems of water quality and quantity. The city's wells contain high levels of radium and its aquifer is declining. So Waukesha wants to divert water from Lake Michigan and then return treated wastewater to the Root River and eventually to the lake. But the city needs permission from states and provinces that are members of the Great Lakes Compact. A meeting was held in Chicago recently to consider the diversion request, and a final decision should come June 13th. Waukesha Mayor Sean Riley was at that Chicago meeting, and he joins us now on Up Front. Mayor, it's good to see you again. Thanks for being with us. Let's talk about the need here. How important is this request to your community?
This obtaining Lake Michigan water is extremely important to the city of Waukesha. As you indicated, we have a declining aquifer, and it's also contaminated. If we've studied the issue for many years, we've worked on it for about 13, 14 years, and all the other options create significant environmental harm. To borrow Lake Michigan water and put it back into the lake really provides Waukesha with a safe, environmentally sound source of water for my children and for their children and beyond.
Let me have you address the concerns that you hear, and you've heard these for some time now. And they go something like this. First concern is that the water that you'll be borrowing, as you referred to it, the water that you'll be borrowing, you're going to treat it with your wastewater facility, put it back into the Root River, it'll go through Racine County, eventually into the lake. There are some people concerned saying, we are not convinced that the water coming back into the Root River is going to be clean water. We're concerned about that. What do you say to that?
Our sewage treatment plant is state of the art. I put our sewage treatment plant up against any sewage treatment plant in the state of Wisconsin. We have the regular sewage treatment that pretty much everyone has in Wisconsin. Then we have, it goes through an enormous sand filter, and then we also have ultraviolet light cleaning of the water too. So what comes out of our wastewater facility, it's going to be better than what's in Lake Michigan. It's better than what's in the Root River now. There is phosphorus. That's one of the things that people are worried about. But there will be phosphorus in our water, but it's at a much lower level than what presently exists in the Root River.
The other thing, and briefly, you hear from people is, why can't Waukesha conserve more? Surely there are other ways to deal with this than to simply say we're going to take water from Lake Michigan.
Well, and we are conserving. We have a very aggressive conservation program. We're well on our way to meeting our goal of conserving 1 million gallons of water. We've been working with the schools and retrofitting the toilets in there and the bubblers. We've been working with the companies, the manufacturers, to make sure that they recycle their water instead of once through and putting it down the drain. We have a sprinkling ban during the day and even an odd during the night, and that's been in place for a long period of time.
So the big objection you hear is this notion that this is going to set precedent. You straddle the Great Lakes Basin, so according to the pact, I know you believe you can do this, that you feel this is provided for in the pact, but there are people, the Racine mayor, some other folks, who just say, I think this is a poor precedent to set because we're going to be besieged by lawsuits. There are a bunch of communities going to line up and make the same request Waukesha has had, and we're going to be tied up in court on this for a long time. What's your response to that?
My response is that this is precedent setting. The city of Waukesha is in a unique situation. We have contaminated water, naturally contaminated water supply that isn't going to last. We're returning 100% of the water back into Lake Michigan. The compact allows communities like Waukesha to apply for this, and to say that it just should never be done really flies in the face of the compact. The compact set forth specific requirements that need to be met in order for a community like Waukesha that is not in the Lake Michigan basin but is in a county that straddles a basin to apply for water. And to just say that that whole section of the compact should never be permitted actually weakens the compact itself.
The current proposal being looked at is a little different than sort of the original request. It's a little smaller in scope. Instead of 10.1 million gallons a day, it's now 8.7. Instead of Waukesha and 3 surrounding communities, the scope of that has been scaled back. Those communities, much of them are not in this proposal anymore. Does that make it more palatable, do you think, to the people who are ultimately going to have to make a unanimous decision on this?
Well, yeah, I think it will. I mean, first of all, this is the 8.7 is a proposal going back to the regional body. After their meeting last week, Thursday and Friday, there was pretty much a direction from the representatives of the governors to scale it back. So it is something that I think will be much more palatable to the governors because it's really the direction of their representatives telling the Wisconsin DNR to reduce the amount of land that's where water would be able to be diverted to.
Here's the final question, Mayor. What happens if the request is not granted? What would that mean for your community?
That would be very difficult for us. There's no question. We would have to figure out what to do. I would want to know why there is a denial. We would be told why it's denied, and there has to be reasons. At that point, we'd look at it and determine what our options are. If it's a denial and we have to find a different source, we're in a position of probably going to the south and west of Waukesha and sinking shallow wells, which will have major environmental impacts. It won't be long term. Those wells won't really last for, as I say, for my children and their children. And we'd be going back and asking for Lake Michigan water again at some point and then we'd be showing the massive environmental impacts that occurred because of that.
Mayor Sean Riley is the mayor of Waukesha. His city is asking for this water diversion request from Lake Michigan. We appreciate your time, Mayor. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Now tell us what you think. Should the Great Lakes Compact members approve Waukesha's water application? You can tell us by liking and sharing up front on Facebook. Next, frustrated faculty members want to make a bold statement about the Regents and UW System President Ray Cross, why they're pushing ahead with it despite warnings not to. When Up Front continues.